Office of the Old Nagaland Atok Teachers Group 2015 batch on Saturday released a press statement expressing disappointment over the government's failure to attend issues related to regularization of service. Notably, the ANATG 2015 batch stated that the department stability test, verification of documents and interviews were conducted by the government on 20th and 22nd May 2017. However, even after the fulfillment of all criteria, the matter of regularization was not considered, which compelled the ANATG 2015 batch to undertake pen-down strike, mass casual leave, sit-in protest and hunger strike in 2018 in the month of May and June. NLTV also stated that despite submissions of several representations to the government and concerned department, the issue has not been attended till date. The ANLTV 2015 batch, with no other options left, had submitted an ultimatum to the concerned department and government on 21st July 2022 seeking immediate redressal to the regularization matter within 30 days. The batch also mentioned through its press release informing the district units and general members to be prepared for whatsoever situation may arise after the expiry of the ultimatum period. Case of a Hindu teacher molesting minors at Chipur village in Nagaland's Noklak district surfaced when the students' body of the village lodged an FIR at Tonok New police station on August 1, after which a teacher from Chipur village was arrested on charges of sexually assaulting 4 minors, all below the age of 15. Furthermore, the government school teacher had been placed under suspension by the Directorate of School Education. President of Chipur Village Students' Union P. Kuming stated that the minors were molested several times, but only the recent incidents were reported, as children remained silent, ashamed to raise their voices against a teacher. Notably, the accused, who hails from Agatala in Tripura, has been teaching at a government school in the village on a contract basis for over a decade. Additional SP of Noklak and PRO informed that the accused was apprehended in Jusang with the help of Jusang police on August 3. The accused is currently under judicial custody and was produced to the court in Jusang on Saturday. The accused was booked under provisions of Protection of Children from Sexual Offences Act. As the case is under investigation, District Child Protection Officer of Jusang, Yatrip, informed that the children are temporarily sheltered at a home in Jusang. President of Chipur Village Students' Union P. Kuming urged for free and fair investigation and said that justice must be delivered to the victims at the earliest. The inaugural program of Taining Town Hall and Sub-Divisional Horticulture Office was held at Taining Town on August 5. Notably, Advisor Horticulture and Border Affairs Madang Yantan, who graced the special guest, inaugurated the Sub-Divisional Horticulture Office. Meanwhile, Advisor Water Resources Namri Nchang, who was also the special host, inaugurated the Town Hall. It may be mentioned that Madang Yantan, while addressing the gathering, urged the public to make use of facilities provided by the government, while Nchang also advised the gathering to focus more on the field of farming. Union Baptist Church KBSF Camp Department of Youth Ministry held a 2-day fest on Saturday at its church premises in Kohima under the theme Remember Your Creator, Ecclesiastes 12:1. The first day of the fest started with a presentation of colorful cultural display by the youth representing different churches from KK area. Exhorting the youth, Vice President BJP Nagaland Kevidas Peter Ruta lauded UBC for organizing the first youth phase, bringing churches from different denominations and various communities participation in the ongoing fest. Witnessing the youth involvement in the church and their presentation, Rata pointed out that the church is the best training center for the youth, and those who are near to God becomes a confident person. Evangelist Kevin Akro, President Grace Evangelist Ministry, will be the speaker on the second day of the event.
Church was organized, church club CUET training online say here we open the best training whether to become a singer, a dancer, church because everyone we can church participate in Nltv Bajali arena organize we do Catholic said, our church was from Christian Church, so that's in the present. In the God, we organized with the ISRO, the club organized, I think we were all neighbors, we were all nearby. I hope to see more of such programs. Cultural life club, we can do a story, sports related, education related, quiz, Bible quiz competition, interchurch, faith, sports, health, more interaction, how to speak. Church was organized, church club CUET training online. Say here, we open the best training whether to become a singer, a dancer, church because everyone we can church participate in Nltv Bajali arena organize we do Catholic said, our church was
A press conference in connection with Miss and Mr. Gorkha 2022 was held at Taiku on Sunday. Choreographer and fashion designer Sanjeev Tamang informed that B-Bros Nagaland will be organizing the first ever Mr. and Miss Gorkha Nagaland. Tamang also mentioned that the initiative will provide a huge opportunity for Gorkha youth. And Tamang also iterated that the event is not just a beauty pageant, but also a catalyst for uniting people and promoting one's culture. 2 auditions will be held for selecting finalists for the complete competition. First audition will be held on 21st August at Kohima and the second audition in Dimapur on 24th August. The grand finale has been scheduled on September 25th. Chief Judge Prashant also added that the competition is a gateway for opportunities for Gorkha residing in Nagaland to venture out into arenas of modeling, music and film. Chief Judge further added that the pageant is being supported by Nagaland Film Association and many others, and the competition will not be judged on the voting system, but rather through prelims and external marks, stage performance and grooming. There will be no participation limit. However, the age limit will be between 17 to 20 years for both categories. Winners of the competition will be awarded cash prizes, gift hampers, and an opportunity to walk the ramp at the Northeast Fashion Week in Nepal.
जिमान भी हमें गोरखा यूथ्स खाना से स्टूडेंट्स खाना से ऑल ओवर नागालैंड ते बोया से तहन प्लीज अपनी हन इतो एकता अपॉर्चुनिटी आसे अपनी हन कारणे इमान साल हमें गोरखा कम्युनिटी नागालैंड ते बोया से होली भी दिस टाइम तो फर्स्ट टाइम आसे दे इतो एकता पेजेंट हुआ तो इतो कारणे मैं जिमान भी हमें हन गोरखा यूथ स्टूडेंट्स खाना से तहन के प्लीज बाहर ते उलाबे और इतो एकता अपॉर्चुनिटी ग्रैब करिबे इतो जिता पीछे ते तो अपनी हन इतो खाली जीती बोले নহয় इतो पूरा बेसी लर्न करब पारि आसे अपने हान इतो एकता रास्ता अपने हान के दिया से तो इतो जीता पीछे अपने हान नॉर्थ ईस्ट भी अपने हान যাব পাৰে আপনিহান নেপালতে বি আপনিহান অপৰচুনিটি আছে মডেলিং লাইনতে তো ইটো খালি আমিহান ইটো জিতি কিনা আপনিহান ইয়াতে থাকিব এনেকা নহয় আপনিহান একটা ৰাস্তা আমিহান বি দি আছে বিব্ৰছ এণ্টাৰটেইনমেণ্ট তো কণ্টিনিউ আজি 2008 পৰা তো কণ্টিনিউ কাম কৰি আছে সোশ্যাল হবি আৰু ফিল্ম লাইনতে হবি মিউজিক ভিডিঅ' হবি ৱেব সিৰিজ হবি আমিহান ডিমাপুৰতে বহি কিনা অলৰেডি বিব্ৰছ পৰা 4টা মুভি বনাই লৈছে 2টা নেপালী মুভি বনাইছে 2টা হিন্দী মুভি বনাইছে নেপালতে একটা ৱেব সিৰিজ বনাইছে ইনটু দ্য ড্ৰিমছ আৰু লগতে আমি একটা ফ্যাশন একটা মিস্টার এন্ড মিস বিশ্বকর্মা নাগালেণ্ডে সরি নেপালতে কৰিছে এইটো বেছি হিউজ প্ৰগ্ৰাম থাকিছে তো তাতে পৰাই ভাৱনা আহি কিনা কিলে আমি হান বি নাগালেণ্ডে একটা আমি হান গোৰ্খা কমিউনিটিৰ কাৰণে একটা কৰি দিব কিনা
The Shamaru Battalion Assam Rifles on Sunday conducted an awareness program on cervical cancer at Longdon Baptist Church in Nagaland town as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The program was jointly organized with Kyamingan Baptist Church Association. While delivering awareness lecture during the program, CMO of 14 Assam Rifles, Dr. Jacob Lalmosom, mentioned that cervical cancer is the most common cause of death among women cancer patients in developing countries. The CMO also spoke in detail on various types of cervical cancer, squamous cell carcinoma, adenocarcinoma, risk factors, signs and symptoms, complications, treatment and prevention. CMO also stressed on the necessity of pap smear test to detect precancerous conditions. The CMO also urged women attendees to take timely vaccination against human papilloma virus to stay protected from cervical cancer. Organizations and individuals appreciated the 14 Assam Rifles for organizing a life-saving program. The morning session of the Common University Entrance Test for undergraduates took place on Sunday in all the centers across the country. While the second phase of the exam is saw a major technical crisis leading to the postponement of the exam for 53 centers in India, most of which are in Delhi NCR. According to the official notice released by the National Testing Agency, that the second phase of the Common University entrance tests for undergraduates will be conducted between August 24 to 28 and a new admit card will be issued before the exam. Earlier, the agency had stated that the second phase will take place between August 12 to 14 and also the same admit card will be valid on the new dates of the exam. Chief Minister Manipur extended his greetings on National Handloom Day and acknowledged the role of weavers in the socio-economic development of the country. Furthermore, he highlighted Nagaland and stated that it is known for its exquisite handloom products with intricate motifs, patterns, and a long tradition of excellence and craftsmanship. At the end, he urged everyone to promote and support the viewers of Nagaland. A 19-year-old Katra belonging to NSCNR on Saturday surrendered before security forces at Changlang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Notably, the surrendered Katra has been identified as SS Piviti Kanglim, a resident of Old Shalang of Changlang district. It is to be mentioned that the Katra surrendered before the Changlang police and the Assam Rifles and CRPF at Changlang police station. In relation to this, Changlang police stated that in recent past, many misguided youth have shunned violence after finding hardship in underground organizations and returned to the mainstream society to live a peaceful life. Changlang police also appealed to all the misguided local youth to leave UG organizations and return to the mainstream society. Dimapur, our youth organization on Saturday organized Nagaland for Peace and Harmony free live music concert at DDSC Stadium. At the event, MLA Motoshi Lungumar came as a patron and awarded the winners of poetry and painting competition. Koima Range IGP as well as different Samaj leaders delivered their message on Nagaland for Peace and Harmony through video played on LED display. The concert concluded with immense success to bring all communities together, and furthermore, singers and musicians, bands performed to deliver a message of oneness where fusion and modern songs were sung. Bands and singers like Sonic, Kolkata, DGP Band, Colored Keys, Projection Crew, Mahila Band, Samuel Kanyak, Tiamiran Ayer, Vinegar Yeptomi performed during the event.
Moon Kuligina, it will free concert to Tagiasre, one of Nikan, Dimapurians, Kun Kan Yari Agina, join Kurigina, Mahan Logodi, celebrate Kuriase, it will get soft thanks, Diase. Yade, lockdown there, Amakan Ekta Dikado, unity and diversity Dikishe. Manu, in spite of their different tribes, colors, religion, caste, creed, सब मनो एक के लॉकडाउन हुई भी की प्रॉब्लम थका दम दे पैंडेमिक ग्लोबल पैंडेमिक दे अमखान एक के मोरम करा दो बेशी मन खुशी करी के ना अमखान दायु खान पर भी 2 साल की दे मदद.
State Handloom Expo is all set to be held at Urban Heart Dimapur from August 17 to 30. Notably, Nagaland Handloom and Handicrafts Development Corporation Managing Director Zakapo Vid Rodhuka called upon the cooperative societies, NGOs, APEX, societies, SHGs to come forward and apply at Project Cell NHHDC Limited, Hafnakarjan, Dimapur. While participants are to be COVID vaccinated and follow strict SOPs. Furthermore, stalls will be provided free of cost and TADA and freight charges will be reimbursed. In addition, a competition for the best 3 stalls is displayed and sales will be held and cash prizes would be awarded to the winners. The Centennial Youth Organization and Centennial Lodgevo Students Union on 6th August held a combined social work at Centennial Wildlife Biodiversity. Notably, altogether 44 members with executives, GBs and forest guards took part in clearing the trekking route from the Biodiversity Gate to Parashan. It is to be mentioned that the SYO and SLSU cautioned any individual from the village or outside of the village of violating the laws to be penalized and dealt with as per Government Wildlife Protection Act 1972. The SYO and the SLSU further sought cooperation from all citizens and also from the neighboring villages to continue their support to protect and preserve wildlife for the next generation. The Manipur government on Saturday halted mobile data services for 5 days after a van was reportedly set ablaze in Bishnupur by a few unidentified youth suspected to be of a particular community. According to the State Home Department, the incident generated a stressful communal situation as well as a volatile law and order scenario in the state. The administration has also imposed a Section 144 CRPC in Churachandpur and Bishnupur districts for the next 2 months. The crime has created tense communal situation and volatile law and order situation in the state. Tension has been brewing in the state after all tribal student union Manipur imposed an indefinite economic blockade along the national highways of the landlocked state on Friday morning. The student body had been demanding that the Manipur Hill Area's Autonomous District Council Bill 2021 be tabled in the Assembly. and Biren Singh-led BJP government of the state introduced the Manipur Hill Areas District Council 6th and 7th Amendment bills on Tuesday, which the protesters claimed was not in line with their demands. The Assam police on Sunday seized 92.550 kilogram of ganja at Mataligaon in Bajali district on Sunday evening. Acting on a tip-off, the Bajali and Nalbari district police forces carried out a joint operation at Mataligaon in Bajali on Sunday evening. During the search operation at the shop of one Goilash Das, the police team seized ganja from his possession, following which Goilash Das was nabbed by the Assam police. India's newest low-cost airline, Akasa Airline, finally took its first flight in Indian skies on Sunday between Mumbai-Ahmedabad route. On July 22nd, the airline Akasa Air opened ticket bookings for its first commercial flight with an initial network in Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Mumbai and Kochi. In the inaugural phase, Akasa Air, whose airline code is QP, will launch its operations by offering 28 weekly flights between Mumbai and Ahmedabad starting August 7, 2022. Subsequently, starting August 13, the airline will start operating an additional 28 weekly flights between Bangalore and Kochi. In addition, tickets for all are open for sale with immediate effect. Insisting on a forward-looking approach, the Supreme Court has opined that any discrimination between married and unmarried women in respect of medical termination of pregnancy law in India that does not allow a single mother to go for an abortion after 20 weeks violates her personal autonomy. At present, while the upper limit for the termination of pregnancy is 24 weeks for married women, special categories including survivors of rape and other vulnerable women such as differently abled and minors, the corresponding widow for unmarried women in consensual relationships is 20 weeks. The Supreme Court noted that after the 2021 amendment in the Act, it uses the word partner instead of husband in the explanation of Section 6 of the Act and said that this showed the legislative intent to cover unmarried women under the Act. The Bharatiya Janata Party leader and Rajya Sabha MP K. Laxman on Sunday slammed Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao for boycotting the Niti Aayog meeting and stated that it will be a big loss for the state. Notably, the Telangana Chief Minister had decided to boycott the meeting, citing that he doesn't find it useful to attend the meeting, and also stated that his decision is a mark of protest against what he termed as the centre's alleged blatant discrimination against states, including Telangana. Replying to this statement, BJP MP Laxman had stated that it was the most unfortunate politics as it had nothing to do with the Niti Aayog and highlighted that boycotting the meeting will not only cause loss to the Chief Minister or his family, but it will also be a big loss for the state. Furthermore, MP Laxman called out the Chief Minister for trying to divert the attention of the people by boycotting the Niti Aayog meeting and hiding his failures at the meantime. Aiding on that, he emphasized that the people of the state were fed up with the present government and BJP is the only reliable party who cares about the people's welfare, and BJP is the alternative for present government of the state. Indian Space Research Organization on Sunday launched its first new rocket, the small satellite launch vehicle from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharighoda, Andhra Pradesh. The rocket carrying Earth observation satellite and a student-made satellite Azadi Sat was launched to mark countless celebrations of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Notably, girls who designed the satellite also witnessed the SSLV-DI launch. National Testing Agency, which earlier stated that the UGC National Eligibility Test, December 2021 and June 2022 merged cycles for Junior Research Fellowship and Assistant Professor eligibility was to be held on 12, 13 and 14 August 2022 has been postponed. The computer vote has been postponed due to uncertain reasons, and the new date will be notified shortly on the NTA website. Candidates have been advised to be in touch with the NTA website www.nta.ac.in and https://UGC-NET.nta.nic.in for latest updates on the exam. The Aam Aadmi Party's national convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal on Sunday announced that if voted to power in the Gujarat Assembly elections, the party will strictly implement 5th schedule of the Constitution and Panchayat Extension to Scheduled Areas Act in all the tribal inhabited regions across Gujarat. Constitution's 5th schedule deals with provisions for administration of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes, and the PESA Act deals with self-governance of scheduled areas. Kejriwal iterated that government cannot take any action in tribal areas without consent of Gram Sabha. The Tribal Advisory Committee will also oversee developments and funds utilization in tribal areas. Kejriwal further added that the Tribal Advisory Committee chairman will be headed by a tribal, and the present system under which Gujarat Chief Minister is heading the committee would be scrapped. Kejriwal is on a two-day election campaign in BJP-ruled Gujarat. Gujarat Assembly is scheduled to be held later this year.
इसलिए हमारी सरकार बनेगी पहली गारंटी आदिवासी समाज को कि जो संविधान के 5th शेड्यूल में उनको व्यवस्था की गई है उस पूरी व्यवस्था को लागू करेंगे, पूरा वर्ड टू वर्ड लागू करेंगे। पेशा कानून जो उनके लिए लागू बनाया गया, उस पेशा कानून को जिसमें ग्राम सभा का प्रावधान है, ग्राम सभा की मर्जी के बिना कुछ नहीं होगा। ये असली जनतंत्र है। मेरा तो कहना है ये पूरे देश के अंदर होना चाहिए, केवल आदिवासी समाज क्यों, सबके लिए होना चाहिए। पर आदिवासी समाज के लिए प्रावधान है ग्राम सभा की मर्जी के बिना कोई एक्शन किसी सरकार को लेने का अधिकार नहीं है, वो सख्ती के साथ लागू किया जाएगा। और ट्राइबल एडवाइजरी कमेटी है जिसका काम होता है कि आदिवासी समाज के जो क्षेत्र हैं, आदिवासी क्षेत्र है, वहाँ किस किस्म का विकास हो, उनके लिए जो फंड आते हैं वो कैसे इस्तेमाल किए जाने चाहिए। कानून के अंदर लिखा है कि ट्राइबल एडवाइजरी कमेटी का चेयरमैन कोई ट्राइबल होगा। गुजरात के अंदर मुख्यमंत्री उनके चेयरमैन रहे हमेशा के लिए। इसको बंद किया जाएगा, ट्राइबल एडवाइजरी कमेटी का चेयरमैन ट्राइबल होगा। तो पहली गारंटी 5th शेड्यूल लागू करेंगे, पेशा लागू करेंगे और ट्राइबल एडवाइजरी कमेटी का चेयरमैन ट्राइबल होगा।
With an aim to bring all tribal-dominated states in India together and showcase rich tribal culture, the Jharkhand Janjadia Mahotsav 2022 is all set to be hosted at Ranchi's Moradabadi Maidan on August 9 and 10. The festival will showcase rich tribal culture and tribal life philosophy. Jharkhand government has invited artists from Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Orissa, Mizoram and other tribal-dominated states to perform at the two-day event. Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren unveiled the festival mascot a few days ago. The Mahotsav will host seminars, art and music, concerts, fashion shows, food festivals and varieties of cultural programs. 9 people from different districts of Madhya Pradesh lost their lives due to lightning in the last 24 hours. 2 people have been reportedly injured and are currently being treated in hospitals. 4 deaths were confirmed from Vidisha district on Saturday evening, while another 4 deaths were confirmed from Satna district on Saturday. 1 person was also killed on Saturday due to lightning in Guna district. 2 minor boys from Bori Batuara and Jadwara areas were struck by lightning and are currently admitted in hospitals. Indian Meteorological Department informed that heavy rain and thunderstorms with lightning is likely to occur in isolated places across Madhya Pradesh on Sunday. Nearly 121 people were injured and 17 firefighters were missing as a massive fire was set off by a lightning strike at an oil storage facility in Muntaza city on Saturday. It has been informed that the lightning hit a tank which started the fire and soon spread to a second tank. In a bid to contain the fire which engulfed the nearby areas, military helicopters flew overhead, dropping water on the blaze. The incident came as Cuba struggles with fuel shortages. However, the situation is still evolving and there is no immediate word on how much oil had burned or in danger at the facility, which has 8 giant tanks that hold oil used for fueling in electricity generating plants. Amid increasing tensions between China and Taiwan after U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's recent visit to Taipei, the Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen has appealed for international support for the island nation and called the escalation of the region's security situation. She also added that the country's government and military are closely monitoring the situation. Notably, China has been increasing its military activities after Pelosi's visit to Taiwan on Tuesday. And with that, we wind up our English primetime. Thank you for tuning in. This is Chip and Kung signing off.
अरे तूने अभी तक कुछ किया ही नहीं।
अरे ये तो लो क्वालिटी टंकी है।
होशियारी मत दिखाओ, दुकानदार ने 5 साल की गारंटी दी है।
अरे 5 साल छोड़िए, इसका पानी पियेंगे ना तो बहुत जल्दी हम लोग पहुंचेंगे। अंदर का सरफेस प्लेन, स्मूथ और प्योर व्हाइट भी नहीं है। आप एक काम क्यों नहीं करते, निप्को ताज का एक टंकी लगा लीजिए।
लेक्चर बंद करो।